Psalm 37, Trust in the Lord and wait for His justice. Psalm 37 in the Book of Psalms is a wisdom psalm that offers practical instruction for living faithfully in a world where injustice and apparent prosperity of the wicked can create confusion and discouragement. It contrasts the temporary success of those who act wickedly with the enduring security of those who place their trust in God. Rather than expressing lament or distress, the psalm functions as spiritual counsel, guiding the reader toward patience, trust, and moral integrity. The psalm opens with a strong exhortation not to be troubled by the apparent success of evildoers. It warns against envy and anxiety, reminding the reader that the prosperity of wrongdoing is temporary and unstable. Like grass that quickly withers, the success of the wicked is fleeting and cannot be relied upon. This sets the foundation for an eternal perspective in which present circumstances are not the final measure of reality. The psalm then shifts to a series of instructions that outline a way of life centered on trust and devotion to God. The reader is encouraged to trust, act uprightly, find delight in God, and commit all aspects of life into His care. These commands present faith not as passive belief but as active reliance expressed through obedience and relationship. The promise that righteousness will eventually be revealed highlights the conviction that God will ultimately bring truth and justice to light. A central theme of the psalm is patience in the face of injustice. The reader is urged to wait quietly rather than reacting in anger or frustration. The contrast between the humble and the wicked is especially significant, with the promise that the humble will ultimately inherit stability and peace. This reflects the broader wisdom tradition in which restraint and trust are valued over impulsive reactions. The expectation is that divine timing governs justice, and human impatience must yield to confidence in God's ordering of events. The psalm acknowledges the reality of opposition from those who act unjustly, noting that such schemes may appear threatening but are ultimately self-defeating. Evil is portrayed as unstable, destined to collapse under its own weight when placed under divine judgment. In contrast, those who live uprightly, even with limited resources, are described as possessing a deeper and more enduring security than those who accumulate wealth through wrongdoing. Attention is then given to the character of the righteous, who are depicted as generous, compassionate, and guided by integrity. Their lives reflect stability not because of material abundance but because of dependence on divine provision. The psalm emphasizes that such individuals are known and sustained by God, who is attentive to their path and faithful to their future. This assurance of divine care underscores the idea that true security is relational rather than material. The closing section of the psalm intensifies the contrast between the destinies of the righteous and the wicked. The wicked are shown to ultimately fade and lose their place, while the righteous are upheld and preserved. The foundation of this distinction is trust. Those who rely on God are sustained by Him and ultimately delivered. The psalm concludes by reaffirming that salvation and security originate not in human effort but in divine action, and that trust in God is the defining mark of those who are preserved. Taken as a whole, Psalm 37 presents a comprehensive framework for understanding life through the lens of divine justice. It calls for patience in the face of injustice, trust in God's timing, commitment to righteousness, and confidence that God will ultimately vindicate those who rely on Him.
Psalm 37, a Psalm of David. Do not fret because of evildoers, nor be envious of the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord, and do good. Dwell in the land, and feed on His faithfulness. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your justice as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who brings wicked schemes to pass. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Do not fret, it only causes harm. For evildoers shall be cut off. But those who wait on the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall be no more. Indeed, you will look carefully for his place, but it shall be no more. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plots against the just, and gnashes at him with his teeth. The Lord laughs at him, for he sees that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn the sword and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, to slay those who are of upright conduct. Their sword shall enter their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man has is better than the riches of many wicked, for the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The Lord knows the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord, like the splendor of the meadows, shall vanish. Into smoke they shall vanish away. The wicked borrows and does not repay, but the righteous shows mercy and gives. For those blessed by him shall inherit the earth, but those cursed by him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. I have been young, and now am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his servants begging bread. He is ever merciful and lends, and his descendants are blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loves justice, and does not forsake his saints. They are preserved forever, but the descendants of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell in it forever. The mouth of the righteous speaks wisdom, and his tongue talks of justice. The law of his God is in his heart, none of his steps shall slide. The wicked watches the righteous, and seeks to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a native green tree. Yet he passed away, and behold, he was no more. Indeed, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the blameless man, and observe the upright, for the future of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The future of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked, and save them, because they trust in him.